Well, it was a nice warm day today, but we know the nights are getting colder. So advocates for people experiencing homelessness are now preparing.
Yeah, they're starting to collect donations for cold weather gear that actually during the wintertime could save lives. 9 News reporter Angeline McCall joins us now with more on that story. Angeline, this is so important.
So important, and Kim and Phil, we know that so many people are still thinking about fall leaf peeping season, but winter is really right across the corner, or around the corner rather, which means that it is really time to start collecting things that are really important for the unhoused community, including hats, gloves, tow, hand warmers, and a big ask as well this year for blankets. It's hard to ignore the beauty when the seasons change. And yet, it's another sign for Amy Beck.
But at the same time, I also feel a lot of anxiety at this time of year because I know that we're moving into winter.
As an advocate for people experiencing homelessness, she knows the nights are getting colder and they're getting more requests here at the Network Coffee Shop, a resource for the unhoused in Capitol Hill.
And so this year, what I'm hearing most is that people need blankets.
And this year, Beck says she's seeing an increase of people new to the streets for the first time. There was a 10% increase in those experiencing homelessness from 2023 to 2024, according to the point-in-time data.
Here at the network, we're definitely seeing a lot more people that are new to homelessness. And so this is going to be their first winter.
Meanwhile, Beck says the city has become more strict in enforcing the camping ban.
Well, in winters past, the biggest ask has been tents. And so it doesn't make sense this year to collect tents to hand out because they're not allowed to set up tents any longer. Anytime a tent goes up, there's someone that shows up and that tent comes right back down.
Technically, covering yourself with a blanket also violates the ban, but Beck says people will do what they have to in order to survive.
People do. They, of course, have to at some point because people have to sleep. And so whether or not people agree, I am going to make sure people have what they need to stay alive and to survive.
Of course, we know that the mayor is also slashing budgets in the city as well. Beck wonders what that will mean when it comes to sheltering and how that could impact capacity. We also know that funding is being reduced for things like resources for people facing eviction, and so she worries that more people will fall to the streets by the end of the year. Now, if you'd like to donate any of your items, we have all of that information and contact information as well on our website at 9news.com. In Denver, Angela McCall, 9 News.
For right now, though, during the daytime hours, get ready for the 70s and 80s. This work week is going to be a mild one. 9 News Chief Meteorologist Kathy Saban is here with a look at that forecast, including Monday Night Football.
All important Monday Night Football.
I know. All eyes are on Monday night in Denver, Colorado as we take on the Bengals at 6:15. And we've been tracking a few showers around the area that may come back again tomorrow. Temperatures today in the upper 70s. We cool back to the lower 60s now. Mountain lows will go back into the mid 30s tonight. The wind is let up, a little gusty under some of these thunder showers. A lot of water coming into Colorado from a little upper level low that's spinning over northern Arizona. Showers are tracking from the south to the north, and we've had some brief heavy downpours. Thunder, lightning hasn't been terribly impactful on the I-70 corridor, and only isolated sprinkles and a rumble of thunder around the metro area up toward Firestone and out toward the Fort Morgan area. But we're going to see this again tomorrow. So as things settle down tonight, we'll get some sun in the morning, clouds build, and then in the afternoon, in comes the next wave of showers, and 1 or 2 could cross right over the top of Empower Field. And that could happen right about 5 or 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So we're monitoring that forecast very closely and carefully for you. Temperatures in the 60s over the next few hours, and weather headlines. We're going to check the radar one more time and have that Broncos game day forecast in detail. You won't believe the forecast for the start of October. All of these details are just ahead.
An attack on a church in Michigan has left at least 4 people dead, as well as the attacker. First responders are now going through all the debris, searching for any other victims. Hundreds of people were inside the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints chapel this morning when a man rammed a pickup truck through the front door. He got out, opened fire with an assault rifle, and then set the building on fire. Police say officers were there within 30 seconds of the first 911 call and killed the shooter about 8 minutes later. This all happened this morning in Grand Blanc Township, a community outside of Flint, Michigan. Police identified the shooter as 40-year-old Thomas Sanford, a Marine veteran. Investigators have not yet determined a motive.
New tonight, dozens of people left hanging after a malfunction on a chairlift right along the western slope. The Mesa County Sheriff's Office says a lift at Powderhorn Mountain Resort suffered an electrical problem around noon today. That caused it to stop for what first responders describe as a short period of time. The Sheriff's Office says lift operators were able to move all the passengers to the top of the ski run. Deputies, rangers, search and rescue volunteers, and ski patrol all worked together desperately to get all 37 passengers back to the base of the mountain. No reports of any injuries. During the summertime, Powderhorn allows lift access for hiking and downhill mountain biking as well. They also had an event this weekend allowing people to take a ride to see the fall colors. We reached out to the ski resort for more information about this particular malfunction. We're waiting to hear back.
Colorado's cases of West Nile are rising. More than 200 people have gotten the virus and 12 people have died.
Yeah, and doctors say they're seeing serious cases coming in. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us now. Rachel, experts say the end of the season is in sight.
Yeah, the first hard freeze of the year, which typically happens in early October, will kill a lot of mosquitoes. But experts say the mosquitoes that are most important for West Nile spread are shutting down and doing a mosquito version of hibernation, ready for return come spring.
West Nile cases are climbing higher in Colorado. This time of the year, Dr. Dan Pastula says it's not a surprise.
This becomes so commonplace here in Colorado that, again, if you have a fever and rash from that July to September range, it really is one of the things that should be on the list is West Nile here.
Dr. Pastula is chief of neuroinfectious diseases at University of Colorado School of Medicine.
We have seen many cases this season.
Cases that can be serious.
By the time certainly neurology is called, they can be fairly severe. So we see brain infections, encephalitis, where people are either get very confused or even comatose, who are potentially paralyzed with a polio-like syndrome, or who have like a movement disorders, some like Parkinson's or chorea, and some of that's not reversible. And we've even seen deaths from this, unfortunately.
According to the state health department, Colorado has had 235 cases of West Nile so far this year. 12 people have died. The CDC shows Colorado has more than double the number of cases compared to other states.
It's really challenging, particularly since we don't have a great treatment for it today in 2025.
Greg Ebel studies West Nile and the mosquitoes that carry it at CSU.
This was kind of a strange summer in that there was a lot of West Nile virus in our mosquitoes. There just weren't quite as many of them out there as there are in a typical year. We had a really big number of infected, but a relatively small number of total mosquitoes, and so that led us to what we've got now.
Ebel says what makes Colorado more susceptible to West Nile than other states isn't clear-cut. It's likely a combination of bird migration, agriculture, and the mosquitoes we have here. They're working to take years of data and research and use it to better track cases. So hopefully one day they can prevent them altogether.
Trying to put all of that information together so that we can better forecast risk.
Experts say more research is needed to control the spread and develop treatments, maybe one day a vaccine that can help. But doctors say until that happens, they'll stay focused on prevention, keeping people from being bitten in the first place. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
And just into the newsroom within the last few minutes, CU Boulder officials are condemning a profanity-laced chant from last night's football game against BYU that was disparaging to Mormonism. The chancellor and athletic director released a joint statement just minutes ago that says the chant is not in line with the fan code of conduct. The statement, quote, strongly condemns the use of expletives and religious slurs by individuals in the stands during the recent football game against BYU. That was last night. Discriminatory language and hostile conduct have no place at our athletic events or anywhere on CU's campus.